You know that assistant coach, the one who shows up early, stays late, knows every kid's story, and makes your program better just by being in that building? Now imagine getting the call that he's leaving. Not because he wanted to, because you didn't fight hard enough to keep him. That happened to me. And it's a story I want to tell you today. Because if you're a head coach, it's probably going to happen to you unless you learn what I didn't know back then. Hey, I'm Coach Bob Herb. 30 years teaching high school English, 30 years coaching football and baseball, and I was fortunate enough to be named Texas High School Baseball Association Assistant Coach of the Year in 2009 and the Medina Valley ISD XL Teacher of the Year in 2014. This channel is about the leadership side of coaching, the part nobody teaches you in a clinic, but the part that decides whether your program actually lasts. And today I want to talk about something that happens in programs every single year and almost nobody talks about it, honestly. Why good assistants leave and what you as the head coach could have done about it. Earlier in my head coaching career, I had an assistant, generally one of the best I've ever worked with. Great with the kids, great teacher of the game, a former head coach himself, the guy other coaches wanted to steal. Our district made a change, a new rule that all high school coaches also had to teach at the high school, not the middle school. He was teaching middle school at the time, so he did exactly what you'd want him to do. He applied for a high school teaching position so he could stay on staff. He didn't get it. And here's the part I have to own. I was a newer head coach. I didn't go to bat for him the way that I should have. I didn't push the administration hard enough. I didn't make it clear how much that guy mattered to our program. I assumed the system would sort it out, or that he'd find a way to make it work because he loved coaching with us. He didn't. He took a job at another school in a position where he felt wanted, and I don't blame him at all. I'd have done the same thing if it was me. Here's what I didn't understand back then. Losing a good assistant coach is almost never about money, and it's usually not really about the job itself either. It's about whether that person feels like they matter to you, the school district, to the program. Think about it from his side. He wasn't just losing a job assignment, he was getting a very clear message about where he stood, and I let that message go unanswered. That's a leadership failure. Not a scheduling problem, a leadership failure. And it's one that a lot of head coaches make without realizing it because we're so focused on wins and practice plans that we forget the people running the program with us. They need to feel like we'd fight for them no matter what. This is exactly why Paul Weinheimer and I built something we call the CARE framework. 4 things I try to build into how I led a staff: compete with character, acquire an attitude of gratitude and greatness, respect and responsibility, and engage everything enthusiastically. I want to focus on one piece today because it's the one that I got wrong with my assistant: respect and responsibility. That respect and responsibility means this: as the head coach, you carry the responsibility to show your people real respect, not just polite kind, not just good job at practice. I mean, going to bat for them when it counts, advocating for them in rooms they're not in, making sure administration, parents, and the rest of the staff know their value. I gave my assistant the polite kind of respect. I never gave him the kind that shows up when it's inconvenient, the kind where you fight for someone even when it costs you a little political capital. That's the respect that keeps good people. And I learned that lesson by losing him. So here's what I tell a younger version of myself, and what I tell you if you are a head coach right now. Don't wait for a crisis to show your assistants they matter. Go to bat for them before there's a fight to have. Know that what they need to stay, not just professionally, but personally, and make it happen. When that moment comes where you can advocate for them, treat it like it's your job too, because it is. Your best assistant isn't going to tell you he's thinking about leaving. He's going to quietly notice whether you showed up for him or not, and then he's going to make his decision. If this story hit home with you, if you got a staff right now and you're wondering whether you've really shown them you'd fight for them, that's exactly what this channel is about. I'm going to keep sharing what I've learned over 30 years of coaching and leading, the mistakes included, so you don't have to learn the hard way like I did. Subscribe if you want more of this. And in the comments, I genuinely like to know, has this happened to you? Have you lost a good assistant or been the assistant who didn't feel like the program had your back? Let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next one.